50 miles an hour in gusts, though. Humidity? It's very humid in the Great Lakes region and the Appalachian Mountains. But yet, I noticed that some places have red flag warnings. But mean, with let's just say that right now it doesn't really match with anything. But let's just say that it's best to be safe than sorry, you know. But it's really dry for folks in Texas all the way to Montana. Parts of the desert Southwest also dry, and parts of California too, and parts of the Pacific Northwest, but on the leeward side though. And the Gulf Coast, it's also moist. Rainfall accumulation in the next 24 hours. But sometimes rain can be equivalent to about a lot of inches of snow. Though, hold on a minute, folks. Okay. Though, still, let's just say that there's going to be around up to 2 to 3 inches of rain throughout northern New England, the Adirondacks, and western New York. Up to half an inch of rain throughout southern New England, western Pennsylvania, Virginia, the Ohio Valley, all the way down to Mississippi. About as much as up to a half an inch of rain, folks over there. In southern Minnesota and western Wisconsin, up to half an inch of rain over there. Southern New Mexico, up to half an inch of rain near Carlsbad and Las Cruces. Now let's take a look at the snowfall. New snowfall, that is. Okay, so for folks in Maine, they're going to get as much as up to 6 inches of snow, but just up north, near Fort Kent, up to a foot of snow. Right along the lake shores, so in terms of lake effect, because of the lake effect snow, they're going to get as much as up to 3 to 6 inches of snow. Some places throughout the Great Lakes region, they'll get as much as up to 2 feet of snow. We'll check that out momentarily. South of Minnesota, up to 3 to 6 inches of snow. Chicago, up to 3. Elkhart, up to 3 to 6. Toledo, up to 2. Cleveland, up to 3. And southern New Mexico, about as much as up to 6 inches to close to a foot of snow in a few places, though. Especially Midland, Texas. And in the Cascades, traceable amounts of snow, just located in the northern part of the Cascades. But just so you know, folks, all this doesn't really mean that it's exactly as it is. I mean, do consult with your local officials and your local weather office just so that you guys will know the exact amount in real time, and as well as checking with your local weather office, just so that you guys should know the wind speed, wind direction, and wind gusts. And now, let me just go here before we move on to the next thing. I do want to keep myself ready. This is what we're going to do just after we do some stuff. Okay, so this is the upper part of the atmosphere, so we do have an upper level low currently over the northern plains, a trough, which is also a trough. There's another trough over central California, and there is a ridge just located offshore from East Florida. And what does this mean? It means that we're dealing with some shit weather in places throughout the Midwest. What is this? Yeah, not what I had in mind. And as well as more wet weather in certain places throughout the West, like New Mexico. Right. And now, without further ado, let's head over to 24 hours from now. So, we do have an upper level low, which is strong, and it's going to serve as a trough. And there's a ridge over Oregon, and there's an upper level low just offshore from Southern California. And then, what does this mean? It means we're dealing with more rough weather. Folks on the East Coast, parts of the Pacific Northwest, we get some rough weather too. Let me stretch, folks. And as well as for folks along the Gulf Coast. And now, let's take a look for Tuesday night. By Tuesday night, still an upper level low, but it has weakened just a bit. But it's still big, and it still serves as a trough. We have a ridge over Oregon, and we do have an upper level low just offshore from California and Baja California, Mexico. And there is a ridge located over northern Mexico. It means that Pacific Northwest is going to get another round of wet to wintry weather. Still some wet weather for folks in the mid-Atlantic to the southeast and even parts of the northeast too. And finally, we do have an upper level low, which will serve as an trough just located north of New York. A ridge over the Four Corners area. A trough just offshore from Southern California, and a ridge just over northern Mexico. It means that there's going to be plenty of atmospheric rivers moving into the west coast at that time, and as well as some more unsettled weather for folks in parts of the northeast, all the way down to Florida. Right, we'll talk about the Siberian Express another time. Right now, I just want to get to the forecast for the next 3 days. I want to play Minecraft for you guys. I haven't really done that in a while. So, what's going on? Okay, so we got plenty of drought throughout southern Texas, and even in Oklahoma, parts of the southeast. Located throughout places like east central Illinois to Toledo, some places throughout the Continental Divide. Plenty of extreme drought to go around, and even a little bit in the southern tip of Maine, and a few places in the Hawaiian Islands. All right. So now, let's go here, and right now we're going to talk about what's going on in the next 3 days. Let's start off with tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be really warm throughout the East Coast, but still freezing throughout northern New England. But there's going to be plenty of freezing temperatures to go around from the Ohio Valley all the way to the Cascades, and as far south as central New Mexico, like Albuquerque and Santa Fe. As well as far south as Tupelo, and as well as folks in Lubbock. Wait, Lubbock? Yeah, I want to be sure that I get my geography right. Amarillo, sorry. Amarillo. Make that Amarillo, Texas. And sub-zero temperatures in the Dakotas and Minnesota and a few places throughout the Rockies. For tomorrow night, it's going to be really warm in Florida and southern Arizona and parts of California and a few parts on the west coast. Freezing temperatures moving into parts of the Northeast. It'll return to places like New York City, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Boston. You're about to hang in there just a little longer, though. But otherwise, plenty of freezing temperatures to go around. It's quite mild from the Carolinas all the way to Texas. Southern Arizona, quite mild, as well as much of California and a few places throughout the coastal Pacific Northwest. Freezing temps, sub-zero temps in Minnesota. Tuesday morning, a lot of freezing temperatures all across the country, though it's going to be really warm in southern tip of Florida, very mild in parts of northern Florida to southern Texas, somewhat mild in southern Arizona to southern California, and plenty of mild temperatures only limited to the immediate coastal parts of the Pacific Northwest. But barely any sub-zero temperatures, but they're still in Wisconsin and the Adirondacks of upstate New York. Tuesday night, some freezing temperatures lingering throughout the Northeast, sub-zero temperatures in northern New England, freezing temperatures in the Ohio Valley, the Great Lakes region, parts of the Dakotas and upper Mississippi Valley, and the Rockies as well. Warm temperatures in southern Arizona and much of California, all the way up to the Pacific Northwest on the coastal side. Mild temperatures will occur there. Wednesday morning, a lot of freezing temperatures throughout much of the eastern seaboard, much of the Mississippi, but just north of Memphis. And freezing temps throughout much of the mountainous parts of the west. Warm temperatures in southern Arizona, southern California. And mild temperatures still there in much of Texas. Sub-zero temperatures in northern New England and northeastern Minnesota. And finally, mild temperatures all across the south, with the exception of the Appalachian Mountains. It's going to be cold there, as well as in the Rockies. Very warm temperatures in Texas, Arizona, and the West Coast. Freezing temperatures in the Northeast, the Great Lakes, the upper Mississippi Valley, and the Dakotas, and some places throughout the Rockies. Sub-zero temperatures in parts of the Dakotas and northern Minnesota, and parts of Wisconsin, and parts of Maine. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be very humid along the East Coast, very dry for folks in the lower Mississippi Valley, the Great Plains, parts of the Desert Southwest, the Four Corners region, Southern California, and Central Valley, California is looking moist, and somewhat moist in the Great Lakes region. Florida is looking very moist. Very dry throughout the Mid-Atlantic and the Southeast, and all across the South it's very dry, mostly because it's cold. And very dry in parts of the Desert Southwest, but just a little bit moisture in southern New Mexico and South Florida, and very moist in Maine. Tuesday. Did I do Tuesday morning? No, I have not. But there's going to be a very moist air in the southern tip of Florida, like Miami and the Florida Keys. Somewhat dry from Boston all the way down to places like north of West Palm Beach. Very dry in southern Texas. Various places throughout the desert Southwest. It's going to be very dry, except for New Mexico. It's very dry in Nebraska. And moist in the Central Valley, California. Then by Tuesday night, it's going to be somewhat dry, but very dry right from Richmond all the way to Atlanta along